in today's video, we are going to discuss on first principle method of differentiation. Remember our last class, I talked about how to solve differentiation using general method. So in this video, we are going to discuss about first principle method. An example is given: if y equal to x, find the y dx. There is something I want you to know in this first principle differentiation. Do you know that when we are talking about change in y all over change in x, this can also be equal to, or this is equal to, the y dx. The reason why I'm showing you this is because that as we proceed, you may come across the change in y all over change in x is the same thing as the y dx, right? So we are asked to find the y dx if y is equal to x. Okay, all right, let's go. This is change in y all over change in x is equal to the y dx. So let's continue. The question is given by y is equal to x. Now to solve this by first principle, first you must add change in y to this side and add change in x to this side. All right, we are going to have y plus change in y. I told you earlier, change in y equal to x plus change in x. This is change in x, y, this is change in y. So you add it to both sides. So by adding this to both sides, have change in y is equal to x plus change in x minus y. How is this possible? You are taking this over to this side and make change in y stand alone. Okay, you take this plus y over to this side, okay, and it becomes minus y. Okay, now we are going to have but the question says that y is equal to x. From here, y is equal to x. So when we have this, anywhere you see y, you put in x. All right, anywhere you see y, you put in x, and this is y. So the whole of this is now becoming change in y, right, is equal to x plus change in x. Remember, y is equal to x, so this is replaced by minus x because y is equal to x. All right, so what do you observe? There is something common. This is x and this is x, so you can easily cancel out. You cancel out, right? So what you are now left with is change in y, okay, equal to change in x. And you need to divide both sides by change in x. Okay, you divide both sides, divide both sides by change in x. Let me draw it and continue from here. So if you divide both sides by change in x, remember we have that change in y is equal to change in x. So you divide both sides by change in x, right? So we're going to have divide both sides by change in x, divide both sides by change in x. Remember I told you earlier that change in y all over change in x is the same thing as the y dx. Okay, so the whole of this is now becoming the y dx because it is a log given. All right, so in here we are going to have the y dx is equal to this. Now remember, anything divided by itself is 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. So the y dx is now becoming 1. So that is the final answer on how to solve first principle differentiation. Thank you.